Hey guys, this is Jamie and Lola Tallulah Poet Spice, and I am here to do a demonstration for the Church Easel card die by Anna Griffin. They had this up on HSN like a couple weeks before she even previewed it on her YouTube channel. And as soon as I saw it, it was in my cart. So I got this like a week and a half ago, and I've been playing with it. If you've been on my Facebook group, you have seen it. And so I'm going to do a demonstration. It's so easy, it's so cute. You can do all kinds of things with it. So as you know, they give you the project sheet. It gives you some instructions on how to put things together. So you've got that. Let me show you the die. So it's sold out now, so I hope people got it because it is fabulous. I do know some people are like, I went and bought it because you had it. I was like, yay. So here's this die. It is awesome. You have your outside layer, you've got a base layer, then you've got your detail layer, and then all your details to go on your church. Now, I want to give some cautions for this. Number one, you do need a long plate system. Now, I will check if I can find my ruler. Let me see how wide this is because I did not check the width. So let's see. Okay, if you had a Cuttlebug, because it is only about 5 inches wide. So if you had a Cuttlebug or any die cutting machine with a 6-inch mouth, you could use this as far as the width goes. However, the length is where you have your issue. Now, I do know that Cuttlebug had long plates because I have some. Matter of fact, I've been trying to sell a set because I don't need them anymore. Okay, so you do need a long plate. Okay, so this will fit on your Gemini. The width would fit on a Junior, but not the length. Okay, the other caveat I have with this die is that an 8.5 by 11 paper is not big enough for this. It's too short. So this die is too long for 8.5 by 11 paper. So you can do it with A4 from the UK, but your tab will be smaller. Okay, or you need to use a 12 by 12 piece of paper. The problem with that in the United States is we do not have really thick 12 by 12 just easily and readily available. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you my examples and then we'll get to putting this thing together. So here's one, and this is actually what I want to say. This is actually a variation because I only had single-sided paper for this and I didn't want the color to be different. So I can tell you about that once we finish putting this together. So there's this one. So fabulous. And you guys know I've been loving easel cards for like, I don't know how long. So there's this one. How fabulous. And then there's this one. And of course, you know, this one is a hodgepodge. It's got, what does it have? It has Hunky Dory base paper, but then all the blue shiny is Crafter's Companion, Anna Griffin Sentiment, Spellbinder's Flowers. So you can see that you can make them in a lot of different fashions or fabrics, so to speak. All right, let's get down to the nitty-gritty and show you what you have to have. So let's look at the die again. You're going to cut one of these base pieces, so it's going to look like this. Now this is where you have to decide what you want to show. This is double-sided, okay? So if I want this to be on the inside of my card, then that's what I want to cut into. So my die would go on top, and this would be what you're cutting into, okay? Then when you fold it over, you'll notice that that's when you see the other side of the paper. Okay, so when I did this one, let's show you this blue one. So when I did this one, I only had single-sided paper. So see, the blue is what I wanted to see, but the back is all white. Okay, but up here, notice that up here, you're going to see what was over on the other side. So since on the other side mine would have been white, what I did to combat this is you cut this once, your whole length. Then go back and cut just from this fold line to the end in the color that you want to see. Okay, so that's if you're doing a single-sided paper like this one. So I didn't want white to show behind the church. I wanted it to be blue. So I cut one and then I cut another piece. Okay. All right. If you just aren't worried about it, or if you got double-sided paper, you cut one of those. Then you cut a facing, because that has to go on the front. Then I like to cut another one of these as the mat on the inside. So I'll show you what I mean. So I cut it for the facing, and then I cut it for the mat. Okay. So I usually cut 2 of those. And if you have less than 110-pound cardstock, or if you want even thicker, that's how you can get more weight in there too, is to cut more of those. All right. Then you're going to cut this die, which gives you your detail. So it's going to look like this. And it also embosses, so you can go back in there and get those embossing details in there. Okay. So that is that set. Then you need 2 windows, 2 of the bigger windows, 1 door, 1 of these circles. Then they have 2 little circles here, and then your awning, and then there's the peak, the cross, and a bell. It's actually pretty simple to put together. Okay, so we're going to take this, fold at that crease line. Now I put some red liner tape here. And the reason I use red liner tape is because this is shiny, slippery paper, and we want it to actually stick to itself relatively easy. So the bad part about red liner tape is you got to get it in the right position and the static. So I'm just gonna put that up there, and then I'm going to take my base. Now because I want this at the bottom and my detail over top, that's what I'm going to do. I could do it this way if I wanted that print, since it's double-sided, but I don't. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to line it up. Now because I have that tape on there, I have to make sure I get it where I want it before I press it down. So we're going to go there. That should do it. Went a little crooked, but we're going to have to deal with it now anyway. There we go. Okay, so there's that layer. Now I want to go to the inside, and I want to put on the base layer that I cut for that. So remember I told you I usually do 2. So I put red liner tape on this one for the same reason. All right. I'm going to take this here, and I'm going to basically, I want this to be in the position so that this kind of covers it. Normally I would have gone the other way around, but I wanted to make sure I got that glue. So I'm just going to put it like that, and then when I place it down, it's where it needs to be to line up. See, there we go. Because we got this front a little crooked, so now this is lined up. Now you don't have to do that, because what I normally do is put this piece down first and then glue this tab. Now this tab here, I just want to go back and burnish, because that's where it's going to stick up. So we have this tab, just go back and burnish it. Let me get a bone folder because this needs a little more work here. There we go. And now it will sit up. This one is extremely easy to do. So then all we need to do is add on these extra bits. So now I didn't put it everywhere, but I'm going to put glue. Let me take off this red liner tape. See how easy this is? It's so easy, but it's so fabulous. And then you can add whatever decorations you want to it. Here. I'm using Nouveau Deluxe. I love this glue, but it's expensive. So somebody, I think it was Monica. Hey Monica, if you're watching. She did like a little review on the Barely art glue. So I think I want to try some of that. All right. So then we're just going to go and line this up with our front piece. So there you have the front piece of your card with the detail on it. It'll stand up like that, so forth. Now we get to do all the other little details. So the doors, let's start with the doors. The doors have this little pinnacle at the top, and the doors actually open. So you can take that little area and fold them back. You can use the scoreboard or your whatever. I'm just gonna push them back a little bit on that line. And then they go right on top. So it's very, like I said, it's a very easy one to put together. So cute. And you could do the same thing, like if you wanted it to be old and run down, if you wanted it to be like a fresh farm country kind of thing, you can make it look any way you want it. So we're just gonna put that on there. So there's lots of things that you could do with it. So hopefully that was helpful and you liked that. Definitely leave comments below to let me know if you would be interested in being in an Anna Griffin collab, or if you would be interested in seeing one, so that I can have that in the works. And then just have fun. Definitely, if you make some, show me, because that would be so cool. All right, thank you for watching, and I hope this was helpful. See you guys later. Like, subscribe, share if you would.